Talkopolis, the social media TV network for your city.
Hey guys, Kane Harrison here. Welcome to Nashville Health and Wellness Program, proudly brought to you by Middle Tennessee Health and Wellness magazine. So make sure you race out and grab yourself a copy. We are here today with Dr. Roth from Roth Wellness and Chiropractic.
Good
Welcome.
morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
And explaining a little bit about chiropractic work. Well, let's start right from the start. You are a Tennessee native.
I am.
Go ahead.
I grew up in Hohenwald, Tennessee, and moved back to Nashville after I went to chiropractic college.
I mean, that's fantastic. That's one of the things we love to celebrate here at Talkopolis is Nashville natives staying in Nashville and helping the local community. Now, tell us about your business. You've been in business for 28 years, which is brilliant.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I love being a chiropractor and helping people, and I've really not gotten tired of doing what I do. So that 28 years has just flown by. It's pretty amazing that it has been 28 years already.
I know it. Now, I myself have been into your office and seen your good work. It's an incredibly friendly environment. I mean, there's something going on all the time. Let's talk about perhaps the process of someone saying, look, I've never been to a chiropractor before. I don't really know what to expect. Maybe it feels like it's a little bit scary. Walk us through that initial process.
Absolutely. When patients come into my office, of course, that is one thing that we take a lot of pride in our office, is that we make people feel very welcome and that they're in the right place. We work with patients in really talking to them about, what kind of conditions they have, what they've done before they've been to our office, and giving them a really good explanation of chiropractic, and that we really work with the central nervous system. So we just want to make sure that their nervous system is working properly by getting that nerve transmission out to every cell, tissue, and organ in their body. And a lot of times people are afraid that chiropractors are going to hurt them, and actually chiropractic is very gentle. And in our office we use very gentle chiropractic adjustments. Sometimes I do that with my hands, but probably the majority of the time I use an instrument that is very gentle as well. So our first and foremost is to put that patient at ease that they're going to be treated with gentleness.
Sure.
And then we go through a whole process of finding out if that patient is indeed going to be a chiropractic patient. And by doing specific exams related to their condition. And once I do that, if I find that I feel like there's a strong correlation, then I am going to take films, which I take in my office, x-ray films, and then we go over those specifically with the patient to make sure they see where their problem is as well, because we won't accept a patient until we know that we can help them. Now,
I think that one of the really cool things, and it is a part of your business's name, is the wellness. I mean, when I was in your office, I can see people stretching on balls. I can see all these different things. It's not a case of just sitting in and then going and getting your adjustment and then getting out. It is actually a wellness program that you guys develop. Let's talk about, I am fascinated by the fact that chiropractic isn't necessarily related to my back sore. It can be that I have kidney problems, it can be stomach problems, I know your esophagus can be affected, and the central nervous system, obviously we know, runs every single thing in our body. So let's talk a bit about that myth, I guess, between let's go to the chiropractor because my back's sore, but I could have a lot of other ailments that could be fixed through chiropractic.
Absolutely. And that is the main focus, is that we're actually treating the underlying cause of the condition, which is those nerves go to every cell, every tissue, and every organ in the body. So if you have nerve flow that's being compromised that goes to your stomach, then you can have stomach issues. If you have nerves that are being compromised that go to your diaphragm, which could cause reflux, which could cause stomach issues. So our mission is to find where that subluxation or bone out of place pressing on nerves is that's affecting the whole body as a whole. But we also go a step further in our office by looking at the total body in it, what we put into our body, and is that person eating well? Are they eating the right foods to give their cells the building blocks they need to be healthy? Because you can turn on that power, but if you're not eating well, then you may not have what you need to really cause those cells to regenerate properly. So we talk to our patients about nutrition. We talk to them about exercise. We talk to them about making sure that environmentally that there are a lot of toxins out in our environment now. So we talk to them about how we can detox those environmental toxins to keep our body healthy. So it is a total wellness perspective.
It is. And I mean, from that aspect and listening to you talk, to me, it means that everyone is a candidate for chiropractic work. I mean, I guess there's no age limit or barrier. Talk about that. I mean, the range of patients that you might see.
There is not an age limit. And yesterday I had the great opportunity to, which happens a lot, but I adjusted a 10-day-old baby yesterday.
I mean, that is a great story. And I know that when I sat in your office, I told you a similar story about one of my nephews who had some colic issues and things like that. There'll be a lot of mothers out there who, the crying babies and all. I mean, they go through such stress at that point, being born.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So talk about the adjustment process.
So for babies, a lot of people go, oh, that would be hard for a baby, or, and what everybody needs to understand is that we don't adjust babies like we do adults.
Sure.
It's much, even though our adult adjustments are very gentle, the baby adjustments are even more gentle.
Right.
And so there's specific protocols that we use to make sure, but for babies, oftentimes the very top vertebra, the atlas, is what has gotten misaligned during the birthing process. And that the atlas is so important because it can affect the nerve flow all the way down the spine. So we want to make sure that that's in alignment on babies for sure. This particular baby was already starting to have maybe a little bit of colicky issues, starting to cry later in the evening, and had like a few hours where they were just kind of out of sorts. So, we just worked on her and got her back in alignment, and we see a lot of children in our office. Ear infections are often a result of misalignment in the neck that causes the immune system not to work properly. So we can adjust a baby at, as soon as they're born or 10 days old. It can really make a difference in their life, in their early childhood, as to how their body functions with their immune system.
And their mum's life, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Especially in those early days when they're trying to a little bit sleep deprived and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely, and this mom was.
No doubt. Well, I mean, as you can see, Dr. Roth is absolutely fantastic. And as I've said to you, I've been to her clinic and everyone there is brilliant. Her staff is fantastic and very welcoming. I would love for you guys to go in and learn a lot more about the chiropractic work that she has on offer. Thank you so much, Dr. Roth, for coming in.
Thank you.
Just let the guys at home know where you can be found.
I'm at 600 Old Hickory Boulevard, and that's actually in Bellevue, across from Sam's. And we've been out there for 16 years this month, and we were down on Charlotte at Hillwood for 12 years. A lot of people still know us from when we were there as well.
Fantastic. Well, make sure you go and see Dr. Roth and the whole gang there at Roth Wellness and Chiropractic, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Nashville's Health and Wellness program.